All right, everybody. Welcome back for another one. And I wanted to start this video off taking a look at the altcoin dominance. I just keep coming back to this right now because it really feels like we are in the calm before the storm. You look around the crypto market, it's mostly still, right? Not many of the altcoins are moving, but they look like they want to. They all look like they have great chart setups, and it's just like we are stuck. Right, so that's what I think. The calm before the storm. We're close, guys. Stay patient. Stick with your good stuff that you have, your buy and holds. Don't jump in and out of your buy and hold positions to chase NFTs or something like that, right? If you want to speculate the market, go ahead and do so. Just be patient, please. Not financial advice, but be patient with your stuff that you actually like, because you will regret it if you're not. All right, we'll see what happens, but we need to get above this level, 44%, and I think we will see some fireworks. All right. Coming back to CoinMarketCap. So as I mentioned yesterday in my first video, I was saying might not hurt to take a look at the coins that are down the most for the day. All right. Yesterday, I suggested that, and I think Holochain was one of the highest losses for the day. And look at it today. It's up 9%. I think yesterday it was down 12. So if you find a good project that's down a lot in a 24-hour period in this bull market, then those might be good entries, right? Something to consider, but also go check out the price chart after that to see if it even makes sense to buy in or if it looks like it has a lot more downside before a bounce, stuff like that, all right? Just a good little tool to pay attention to. One thing I noticed, though, Filecoin's doing well today, right? Along with basic attention. Well, that's because Grayscale launches Chainlink, Filecoin, and Basic Attention Trust as Bitcoin Trust is closed. They're also going to be using Chainlink, Decentraland, and LivePeer as well. So as you can see, Grayscale is moving into altcoins, right? Do you think they're doing that because they plan to lose money? Do you think they're doing that because all altcoins are going to zero and the only thing you need to own is Bitcoin? Or do you think that they might make some money off of this stuff? They said at any one time, we're probably maintaining a list of what could be 30 products, could be 40 products that we're interested in bringing to market. Grayscale CEO Michael Sonnenschein told Bloomberg, "We're trying to always reconcile where we may find compelling opportunities in the digital asset ecosystem and trying to reconcile where investors are interested in deploying capital," right? Investors, not children, right? He says investors, where are they interested in deploying capital? Well, they got these new trusts coming out for a lot of altcoins: Link, Basic Attention, Decentraland, Filecoin, and LivePeer. All right, so they don't have the it's called Sandbox I talked about yesterday, very similar to Decentraland, but who knows, that one could be next on the list. When looking at the game briefly, to me, the Sandbox one looked like it was just better quality than Decentraland, but I don't know, we'll see. These virtual reality worlds are definitely going to continue to grow, I have no doubt. All right, more importantly though, right, so they're adding Filecoin. Well, obviously Filecoin is flying because of that news, up about 37% today, and as you can see, doing well. It's also at a $4.7 billion market cap. What else is important to know about Filecoin though? Well, as I've showed you before on this channel, they are partnered with Huobi and Elastos, and they formed this Filda alliance, right? So Filda is basically a code copy of Compound, which is on Ethereum. Very similar protocols. And Filda, I think right now at maximum is about $165 million market cap. I think that's at 400 million circulating supply. I don't think it's up that high. So it's probably less than that. And also Filda burns over time as transactions happen. So 160 million compared to 2 billion in Compound. My point is there's room for potential, right? And same with Elastos. Elastos is only at a $78 million market cap, and it's partnered with Filecoin over here at 4.8 billion, and also Huobi, which is one of the largest exchange, sitting at 2.6 billion as well. So my point being, I think I see some potential price action coming with Filda and Elastos, and I have allocated my funds accordingly. Just wanted to point that out to you. So this is an entire ecosystem that I don't see many people talking about, but that's a good thing, right? Get in before the herd in a bull run, for sure. All right, and Huobi, I think their token has a lot of upside as well. So all the exchange tokens are pumping. Huobi is actually, like I said, 2.6 billion right now. Well, as far as volume, they're the second largest exchange in existence, right? At 7 billion annual or daily volume, whereas Binance is at 26. You know, a lot of Binance volume is Tether, Huobi too, probably, but all that aside, Huobi's in second, right? And the Binance token is trading at 40 billion, whereas Huobi's all the way down here at 2.6. And, you know, Binance's token is worth more than its daily trading volume. So could we see Huobi get to that point at 7 right now? Maybe up to about 10 billion in valuation? I think so. All right, so I just wanted to point that out for you as well. Maybe some potential sleepers. It was already up as high as $25 in just a month ago. And same with Filda, it was at $2.40 and now it's at 41 cents. So a lot of potential there. This one just came out, as you can see, it launched last month. So moving on. This came out yesterday. I just figured I would mention it because it's funny. Bids for Elon Musk's crypto-themed NFT past $1 million. Right? So Tesla's Elon Musk is auctioning off a non-fungible token-based artwork with bids now over the $1 million mark. Tweeted late on Monday, the NFT features a gold trophy decorated with diamond hands, of course, and then it's got the Shiba Inu dog, which is the Dogecoin, of course, and a moon, and the crypto term HODL. Yeah, so this 2-minute long NFT sold, or has been bid up to over $1 million. Now, personally speaking, I think that the rich people have just gotten together and made a joke of this, personally speaking. Just like the non-fungible token for Beeple selling for 69 million. That doesn't even make sense. But who else bought that, right? Another rich person. So what do they get together and let's just sell these and drive up the price and bring in the herd, right? Definitely a possibility. And for your viewing pleasure, let's go ahead and take a sneak peek at this NFT. NFT. Okay, had enough of that. Oh man, $1 million is all you need to own that hot item that you could just copy right now with a screen share. But anyway, moving on. Dalio disses dollar debt, but warns governments may target Bitcoin and gold. Right. So if you're interested in what Ray Dalio has to say, the superstar investor and sometime Bitcoin commentator, founder of major global investment firm Bridgewater Associates, Ray Dalio has launched a stinging attack on government and other forms of dollar debt buying in the form of bonds, labeling the practice stupid, and urging followers to buy stuff that provides a safer bet against inflation. So Dalio published a long-form post on his LinkedIn page where he opined that the economics of investing in bonds, as well as most financial assets, has become stupid, and that policymakers who are short of money will raise taxes and won't like these capital movements out of debt assets and into other storeholds of wealth, assets, and other tax domains. So they could very well impose prohibitions against capital movements to other assets, e.g. gold, Bitcoin, so on. These tax changes could be more shocking than expected. So who knows what will come out of that, but Ray Dalio's giving another warning when it comes to Bitcoin and other things to get you away from the magic money printer. Tax surprise looms for NFT investors who use crypto. Sales of NFTs or non-fungible tokens have exploded in recent weeks, but many buyers and sellers aren't likely aware of tax rules governing these transactions. Those who use cryptocurrency to buy NFTs could face capital gains taxes. The IRS states that if you exchange a virtual currency held as a capital asset for other property, including for goods or another virtual currency, you will recognize a capital gain or loss, right? So apparently, this is on CNBC, and apparently people don't understand that if you sell your crypto, it's a taxable event. So the head of tax strategy at CoinTracker says people's knowledge of this tax in the U.S. is very poor. And CoinTracker is a platform for tracking crypto portfolios and taxes. Said, I just don't think people know about it at all. So, for example, if someone purchased a unit of Ethereum for $100 in 2018, it now would be worth around $1,700. They use that Ether unit to buy a $1,700 NFT. They might assume they pay no tax on the Ether, since they're simply using it to buy a good or a service. But under the IRS rules, the Ether is a capital asset, not a currency, so the holder would have to pay a tax on the gain of $1,600 as part of the NFT purchase, since the act of exchanging it for another asset counts as a sale or disposition. So they would owe the IRS, assuming a top capital gains rate of 20%, a tax of $320 on that $1,600 gain. They might also owe state taxes, since many states like New York and California tax capital gains as income, right? So whatever. If you guys aren't aware, you definitely should make sure you're cautious anyway about stuff like this. So every single exchange of crypto right now in the United States is treated as a capital gain or loss, depending on your cost basis. So it is all a taxable event, regardless if you purchase something with it. When you purchase something, you are exiting your position, and all the gains on that position need to be taxed as so. So just keep that in mind. Last but not least, Morgan Stanley says the threshold being reached on crypto as an investable asset class is here. A new investor note pinned by Morgan Stanley's wealth management unit, dated Wednesday, outlines a case for cryptocurrency as an emerging investable asset class. So as the two authors note in the piece's introduction, for speculative investment opportunities to rise to the level of an investable asset class that can play a role in diversified investment portfolios requires transformational progress on both the supply and demand sides. With cryptocurrency, we think that threshold is being reached. Affirming regulatory framework, deepening liquidity and availability of products, and growing investor interest, especially among institutional investors, have coalesced. The authors note at the end of the piece that our recommendation is that investors get educated and consider how and whether to get exposure to this burgeoning asset class in their portfolio. Our initial modeling, replicated in spirit by a recently published CFA Institute study, suggests diversification benefits from the low correlation of crypto to other assets, and the Sharpe ratio improvements can be achieved with positions no greater than 2.5%. It is important to keep in mind that we are only in the top of the first inning. I like that part because that's what I try to tell people, right? We are early. It is important to keep in mind that we are only in the top of the first inning. The author reiterates that they aren't at the point of recommending outright direct exposure in the form of owning any particular coin. From our vantage point, coin trading remains in its infancy. Issues around finding true price discovery and best execution are still to be addressed. We have yet to be convinced there, and therefore advise clients to proceed with caution. So for qualified investors ready to gain exposure, we suggest starting with publicly traded products, accessing the growth opportunities through a venture capital or private equity investment in the blockchain ecosystem. Right, so that also sounds a lot to me like the Grayscale fund or Grayscale funds, right? But anyway, Morgan Stanley talking about their, big name clients, basically. They said qualified investors, right? I would assume that means accredited, so on. But yeah, so crypto is coming mainstream, and Morgan Stanley is saying that for these wealthy folks that are their clients, they can achieve proper diversification in crypto with positions no greater than 2.5%. So there you go. It's coming. That should do it for this one. Hope that was informative. As always, please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks. NFT.